I do that just to make them easier to upload. Oh, wait, no, I'm gonna go over here now. Okay. Nice short videos to watch. And how is your guys' Monday going? I want to hear about this.
Stay in control.
Okay,
With next day
Hokkaido. Oh,
delivery on
that's
most
the
orders.
North Island. It's shaped, to me, it's almost like shaped like a well or something, and that's where I believe Sapporo is. Sapporo. And as I recall, when I was doing Japanese geography, Sapporo is where they have a lot of breweries, so they get the Japanese beer.
For your shut-off valves, call ClickRanger.com.
A number of months back, I covered a situation where women in Japan took to the streets to protest the mass amounts of violent migrants that were coming over to their country. And while Japan did recently increase the requirements for certain visas, that's like closing one door, but the house still has like a dozen more open. And as such, now I see this post from Haruka Awake that reads, a Japanese lady explains how a small group of only 224 Pakistanis in Hokkaido have created a quote-unquote no-go zone for Japanese. They chase you out if you're Japanese. This is very concerning.
Okay, yeah, you do not allow that in your country. Yeah, I believe in you, Japan. You can kick that out. Only 224, yeah, no problem.
お願いしますね。っていうので、ついに日本人が入ることができないテロ世界4位のパキスタン人集落が爆誕。場所は札幌から車で40分の北海道江別市。2016年には32人だったのは現在はおおよそ224人まで増加。集落にはイスラム教のモスクや中古車工場などがあり、すべてが違法建築物。江別市によると72の
Yeah, I've heard a lot of the mosques in Japan are illegal, but they're not getting rid of them. And you need to do that. Japan, you can do better. Please.
違法建築物が確認済みで無法地帯化となっている。また日本人が入り込むとパキスタン人に囲い込まれて日本人は帰ると脅された証言も出てきている。事実上のパキスタン自治区になっているが行政や、警察は介入できないということでですね、北海道に、世界4位ですね、テロが起きる国世界4位のパキスタン人の集落が、爆誕して日本人が迫害されるというね、謎の事件が起こってるんですけれども。
This got public reception like the Japanese are going to have to decide very soon if they want to save their country or become like Western Europe. And it's the same pattern everywhere.
Yes.
Now, like I said, this stuff has been going on for a while. And for example, I found a video from about 10 months ago where a number of Japanese users came to this video talking about how biased the reporting is, which is also something that we've been seeing, whether this is occurring in Japan or in other countries as well. For example, this comment reads, there are already areas occupied by 76 illegal buildings, and the council is raising concerns about it. So why are they reporting that there's no problem? That is biased reporting. Similarly, this comment reads, I haven't even been watching TV lately, but the biased reporting needs to stop. Most citizens are aware of it. Are you going to hide the cases of illegal construction, buildings being constructed in urban development control areas, and arrests made for them? Well, they probably won't, but if they do, they'll probably defend them, being all like, oh, they're doing nothing wrong. And this one that says, Toyama is practically occupied by Pakistanis, and the prefectural police are powerless to intervene. It's practically Pakistani territory. Is Hokkaido going to be occupied not only by Chinese, but also by Pakistanis? Japan is finished. Well, let's hope not. We'll take a look at one last comment here at the top. It reads, that's unacceptable. Get rid of them immediately. That is the latest. Thank you all for tuning in. Be safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yes.
Peter Van here. You know, I thought growing up would be the worst, but then I found a way to hack adulthood.
You need to, like we've heard before, gatekeep your country. And it is not xenophobic to not allow criminals into your country. That's not even the thing of the, not even the right meaning of the word, but people are trying to make words lose meaning so they can say anything. Oh. What is anything? What's this? Well, that's Amelie, I believe. Oh, Rev talked about her. Yeah. Anything going on? Oh. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on about women on social media telling women need to find men tricking, get men to give you trips to Miami and stuff, but then it doesn't end well. Like human trafficking type situation or something, I guess. What's this one? See what else? Oh, there's Alana doing the can't read thing. Is there anything else interesting, new? Yeah. Okay, there's yeah again Chelsea doing Julian. Let's go back here. See what they're saying the news is. What? Oh my. Activist glues hand to Berlin street outside arms factory. The woman protested what she called genocide in Gaza, part of a demonstration against the German defense firm accused by activists of supplying weapons to Israel. Police used tools and solvent to remove her hand without injury in a 13-second video that drew thousands of replies. Critics mocked the tactic and called for tougher handling, while supporters decried police responses and highlight Gaza's civilian deaths. Others noted Gaza's population growth from 356,000 in 1967 to over 2 million today. Okay, and let's see what they're talking. Yeah, this is it. Yeah. I need to see if there's wait. Is the computer just being a jerk for a moment? I want to scroll and see if she has a nose ring. Because sometimes the browser likes to be a jerk. Give it a minute. Just do. Okay, there we go. There it went. We're gonna show. No, they're not showing closer thing because I need to see if she has a nose ring. Just out of curiosity. Yeah. Okay. They're not showing her. Yeah, oh. She's not really clothed either, of course. Mm. Yeah, the German. Yeah. This is educational failure on a massive scale, and it's intentional, just so you know. Oh, I want to see this one. U.S. Marines lead flag run in Central Park after America's 250th. The 2.5-mile family-friendly event organized by Unify USA from Empire Rock promoted positive patriotism and national unity with flags provided to all paces and ages. Videos from Marines in camouflage carrying the Stars and Stripes and Marine Corps banner alongside locals, families, and supporters. While right-leaning voices praised it as a proud stand in a liberal city, some criticized the military's involvement as partisan, even though Unify USA stressed its apolitical focus on joyful tradition. The military is there for the country. Like, that's the country itself is not political. The citizens may be very partisan, but the country is not Semantics. I'm not gonna argue semantics anymore. Yeah, it's just. Yeah, and yeah, also loving your country is not partisan either. Now I want to also go to this. Los Angeles ignites with illegal fireworks on July 4th despite ban. KCAL-9 drone footage captured the sprawling display blending with permitted shows at the Coliseum and Dodger Stadium, even as LAPD and LAFD ramped up enforcement with seizures and warnings of $50,000 fines. Reactions divided sharply. Some celebrated it as an unbreakable tradition, with quips like Senator Mike Lee's "Take That, King George," while others complained of late-night noise terrifying pets and disturbing people with PTSD. No major fires hit LA proper, but nearby tragedies, a fatal Chino backyard blast and a Wilmington motel fire. Why was that so hard to say, motel? Highlighted the risks as authorities pushed professional shows instead. Yeah, and you can see all the fireworks going everywhere. Yeah, and what that also, this is a positive sign to me. If you look at it from the side of how people think Southern California is, and how many of them are going to be told no. Let's put it that way. I see him there. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Take it back. Mm. Mm. So, oh, North Korea now. Are we gonna get let down? Uh, Oh, and apparently Rupert Lowe was in Texas. I he didn't see, I forget who he's meeting with, but yeah. Countries with the least freedom of expression. Yeah, well, some South American, mostly Middle Eastern and African, Asian, yeah. The UK might be more on here now. So, we're gonna go see what else is going on. Is there anything you guys know that's interesting to watch? Oh, wait, I was just there, wasn't I? Wait, I hate when what's going on with Nigel Farage? Sometimes I get him and Rupert Lowe mixed up. What? Okay, what? Oh, it was Joe Rogan podcast. That's why he was in there. Yeah. Mm, yeah. Okay, this is. Okay, yeah. Just people fighting on. Let's see what it says. Yeah. Mm. Oh, okay, it's for Palestine. That's it is okay. Oh wait, go back, go back. Where is it? I lost it. Crap. We're gonna show it again. Here it is. Yes. Mm. Yeah. Here's the thing about hello. Yeah, they wouldn't have Nigel Farage on, but they invited Rupert Lowe, and some people are wanting to have a fit about that. I guess. Too bad, but yeah, I'm sure we'll hear about that. I don't know if the episode's aired already. Mm, I don't know what that was about. Who's Nick Brown? Maybe I don't even know anymore. Oh, you, dude. No. What is this guy? Yeah. Mm. Okay, yeah, I have nothing. Okay, no, that's not this. Okay, this is different Nick Brown. Oh, how am I? Anything he has to say? Let's go back to see if there's anything else on YouTube. Worthwhile. He does that. Rev has some. See what Rev has. Anything? Oh, I've seen this. Uh, oh. Oh yeah, that was. Oh, this one was. I watched that recently. Obviously, it's just people wanting to hate on Reverend Straub for anything they can think of. Let's manufacture stuff if we can't find anything. What else was there? Oh no, I did already look up the stuff I was gonna look up. Never mind. Oh yeah, it's USA versus Belgium today for the World Cup. Ooh, excuse me, sorry. And have to wait and see who wins. See what is going on. Yeah. Mm. Okay. Well, this is stuff about. Okay. This is. Okay. This is just some stuff going on about TikTok, and he said TikTok instead. That is. That is. Oh my god. People quit comment. Why do these people just want to manufacture stuff? Oh, I know what I want to look up. Just a minute. Mm, yeah. See, is it still? Yeah, this typhoon. It's going kind of slow, but oh, it's still category. Let's see. Past 24 hours. It's still Rhoda, okay. Winds of excess of 160 miles per hour, waves nearly 11 meters high. Ooh. Landfall today. So, yeah, evacuations, and let's see what Hawaii News Now says about it. Okay. Oh, I apologize for the ads. Then I also want to look, there was something else someone was talking about. And then also check on the Venezuela. Oh! Oh, did you guys see Nick Shirley's video?
In the western Pacific, Super Typhoon Bobby made landfall over the island of
Just a
Rota
minute.
5 hours ago, bringing extremely dangerous Category 5 hurricane force winds and torrential rainfall to Guam and the Northern Mariana Islands. This is video from overnight and this morning in Guam. Officials around the territory are reporting flash floods, flipped cars, and extensive damage over the past couple of hours. All of this comes while the territories were still recovering from the previous super typhoon Sinlaku in April.
The typhoons this year is bringing us almost to a crippled state in the region. And so it's the response efforts from NGOs, people across the United States, bringing donations, helping us, supporting us, the federal partners from FEMA and other agencies really coming into the region to help pick up the pieces because it's a long time recovery.
100 families are still living in tents because of the first super typhoon that hit the northern Marianas. The El Nino season is expected to continue with a lot more tropical cyclone activity expected in the Pacific.
Okay, well that was it. Oh, I thought they'd actually show some Regina well, but I want to go. See, I saw. Well, my sister was watching this last night. Here it is. We're not gonna watch the whole thing because some of it's not about this, but you gotta see the beginning.
Time and time again, you show up for the moments you plan for, and the
mission that I've been trying for the past week. I hate that I have to do this video, hate that I have to make this live, but I've been trying for a week straight, and I'm accepting the fate that is actual.
Okay, I just want to say that when I first saw this, my thought was, oh my god, he's gotten so old. I mean, not old, but he really looks like he's aged.
I don't want to say failure, but it has been a failure. This entire week, for the past week straight, I've been trying to get into Venezuela. And it's come to the point where there's no more options, and we've used all the options possible, and I cannot put any more time into the efforts to get into Venezuela. As you guys know, and right now I'm currently in Chile. I'm gonna explain that in a little bit as well. I'm in Santiago, Chile right now. I'm kind of like, I'm not stuck here. I've been stuck here for the past few days waiting to get into Venezuela. However, to this point, it's gonna be impossible to get into Venezuela. So, for the past week, I've been trying to get into Venezuela. They had massive earthquakes. Just about last week, and I've been trying to get into Venezuela for quite some time now, to be honest. And I really wanted to go to see what's happening with this earthquake, and because there's actually been like hardly any media attention on this earthquake yet. Like it could be in the hundreds of thousands that have died. They're saying I believe around 50,000 people have gone missing, and at this point a lot of people are just dead, and so nobody actually knows how bad it is. And I flew to Florida on Monday to be able to go into Venezuela. I was contacted by a group of retired special forces, and they were going on a mission on their own that they have been approved by other governments and whatnot. So they said I could come with them, and it was going to be perfectly planned so we could enter into Venezuela with this nonprofit that I was going to go with. And I get to Florida, and they say, oh, don't worry, we're going to go on Tuesday. We have a direct route into Venezuela that way. But then it just kept getting pushed back, and pushed back. And this group I'm with, like, oh, well, we're in contact with the Chilean government, and we've worked before with the military, and we've worked before with the firemen, los bomberos de Chile. And I was like, oh, perfect. I actually used to live in Chile for 2 years, so we'll go there. And from there, we were going to have a direct access route into Venezuela from Chile. So I flew all the way down here to Chile to then go to Venezuela, and now I've been stuck here in Chile for the past few days waiting to go to Venezuela, and to this point it's going to be impossible. So what happened actually was Venezuela was letting people come in to help with humanitarian relief after this earthquake, and they allowed people in. And then this Monday, the second week of the earthquake, they said no more, and they started being very selective about who they're letting in. So now they're not letting in anyone. Essentially, they're worried that a lot of people are worried that the Venezuelan government, they're obviously communist government, they don't want really anyone to see what's actually happening inside of Venezuela at the moment, so they're starting to block everyone. But we were told that if we came to Chile, we'd have an easier access to come in because we were going in with the Chileans. And I thought, okay, that would work. But we've been here for a few days now, and I've been stuck in Chile just chilling and waiting and doing our best to try to get in, but to this point, it's been literally impossible. So we failed the mission of going to Venezuela. I was super, super, super excited to go and show you guys what was actually happening there. But at this point, it's literally impossible. Maybe in a few weeks, I'll be trying to get back into Venezuela. But yeah, this whole entire week I've spent trying to get into Venezuela, but it's been literally impossible. It's super sad. I pretty much abandoned the mission this morning. Last night, I went out and I met with some Chileans that I was friends with when I lived here, and they started telling me what was happening as well, because we thought that we were going to be able to get in, obviously. And then last night is when I knew I was not going, because even the Chileans that had permission from the government just a few weeks prior, now they're being investigated inside of Venezuela. So like the Chileans who have all the documentation, have their paperwork to be in Venezuela, now that even the Venezuelan military is investigating them. So for me to be in there, it would have just been even worse, and it probably would have been very similar to what happened in Cuba. So I'm gonna wait my time to get into Venezuela, and then we'll be able to get in. But it's super, super sad what's happening right now in Venezuela.
Yeah, let me just come and check what the current and this is wrong. No, because this one is not up to date. You gotta go to news. Yeah, 3,342 dead right now, reported. Officials have not released an updated number of missing persons. Okay. Dozens of unidentified bodies buried. Well, what? Why? Okay, that makes no sense. Why? How are you supposed to ever identify them if you bury them? You should. My goodness.
I've been spending some time with some Venezuelans here in Chile that I used to actually live with when I lived here in Chile, and they're saying it's way, way, way worse than anyone knows, because they really don't have that much social media inside of Venezuela, so everything has to leave the country and then get posted, and nobody actually knows what's going on. So I came and talked to the Venezuelans that are living here in Chile, who have family in Venezuela who they've been contacting with, and they just say it's absolutely horrific. And the smells right now in Venezuela, that was another issue, was like the smell right now inside of Caracas is so bad because of all the dead people and the people that have been killed by the earthquake, that now it's starting to get like really bad. And then another problem with the earthquake was, from the intel that we've gathered from inside Venezuela as well, is that when these disasters hit inside of these third world countries, the criminals take advantage of the disaster. So essentially, on top of that, human trafficking is really bad right now in Venezuela, and the gangs are starting to do their thing inside of Venezuela because it's just in complete chaos right now. Like some of the worst earthquakes that have happened in at least the past 10 years on the Western Hemisphere happened in Venezuela, and their infrastructure was not good. So there's literally videos of just buildings just crumbling down, and no one knows what's going on. That's why I wanted to go. That's why I was attempting to get into Venezuela, but literally we're running out of options. And now I'm here in Venezuela, or now I'm here in Chile, and I've been stuck here for the past few days, and there's no way we're getting into Venezuela. So we failed on that mission. Let's see if there's anything else to tell you guys about. So yeah, just to recap for those that are joining now, was in Florida all week, and from Sunday till Wednesday I was in Florida waiting to get on a plane to go to Venezuela. They cut off those planes, they're not letting anyone in. And then the group I was with said, oh, let's go to Chile, because they know some people inside the Chilean army and their Chilean firefighters, and they were going to be going to Venezuela. And so we were going to then go with them, with the Chilean military. But now I've been here for 3 days, and it's not going to happen at all. Like the group I was with, they're not even going. They have time to wait. I don't have time to wait. I have more videos I have to share with you guys, more things I have to post, more work I have to do, and I can't put any more effort into this project at the moment. But we're going to keep moving forward in what we go on with. And yeah, it sucks. I have to abandon this mission.
Yeah, and for anyone watching who wants to complain, he's filming random people on the street, invading their privacy, blah blah blah. I'm pretty sure he got permission. It's a standard thing to get permission for people before you upload the video.
This video, as you guys know, like I will literally go to any extent to make a video happen. Like literally, I flew down here to Chile just to try and make this video happen, to then go to Venezuela. I've been spending an entire week on this. 100%. I was 100% dedicated to it, but now I have no options, absolutely no options. And 4th of July is tomorrow too, so in the United States, the 250th, which was going to be a bummer that I was going to miss. Now I'm going to be flying home tonight. Hopefully be able to spend some time in the United States for the 4th of July. So that should be good. And on top of that, I got some other family stuff that I have to attend to. And I was willing to miss my sister's wedding to make this Venezuela video happen. But my sister gets married next week, and I was literally ready to miss the wedding. But yeah, I have to abandon ship on this mission, and it sucks. It's a failure, but I guess it is what it is. We were trying all week to do this, but try your best. Sometimes you don't succeed, but at least you gave the full effort. So that's kind of it. I just kind of wanted to update you guys. I've never done a live stream like this where I come on and just tell you guys what happens, but it's worth a shot. Gotta come back to Chile. If you guys don't know, I lived here for 2 years, and spent a lot of time with Chileans, with Venezuelans. That's why I actually started to cover the issues I started to cover when I came back from Chile, because I learned so much about what's happening with the migrant crisis inside the United States, and then I saw it firsthand from the people that were fleeing Venezuela and they came here to Chile. That's how I learned so much about it. And so like Chile has a special spot in my heart as well. So it was cool to come back here, but because literally without my time here in Chile, my channel would not be where I'm at now because of the experiences and the things I learned when I was here. So I'm actually going to introduce you guys to one of the families I used to live with when I was here in Chile. Her name's Wildry, and with Wildry, yesterday I came and visited him, and I gave Wildry $1,000. And then I gave her son like $200, another son like $200 as well. And then I came back today, and I talked with her, and she's like, told me, like, thank you so much for the money, like, it's amazing. Like, she's been saving it for a car for a while now. And I was like, well, how much is the car? She said, well, it's $2,000, so that's gonna help a lot. And I said, oh, maybe I might be able to help with that. So
Yeah, he does, by the way, but this is, I want to focus on the earthquake part of it. You can watch the rest of it later, but this was about what he's been up to, because I was thinking just the other day, I haven't heard much from him recently. Hope he's okay, and it's because he was here trying to get some footage about what's going on in Venezuela with the earthquake. And yeah, it is kind of sad because I know people will just immediately take advantage of a tragedy or a chaotic situation to benefit themselves. There will always be those people. And okay, let's see if that's any positive stuff going on for Twitter news with UEFA. Oh, this is all about that. Okay, I do not know much about. I'm not a sports person, just so you know. Dale, what's going on with Dale? My computer, this laptop and my last one were both Dale's, so. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, this is just okay. Mm, mm, okay. See what these people, this person thinks is good. Okay. Okay, it's just this. Mm. Okay, yeah, maybe too much plastic surgery. And now people just complain about Dale and stuff, so. But yeah, if you guys have any ideas about other stuff to watch, let me know. Videos to react to. Oh, whoa, okay. That was not fair. At least it was a thing. Okay, I did not. Let's stop. I was. At least it was animated, so it's not like a big deal, but. Yeah, too many people being crazy lately. I don't want to see that. Let's see. Gaming. What's going on? Bethesda. I just stop and think how to pronounce it. Talking about why they left Bethesda and this. Okay, yeah, well, when they talk about women in gaming, they don't mean the activists, though. They mean the ones there to do the job. Okay. Article 27 is that, let's see. Okay, this was about, okay, yeah, it was about the World Cup. Okay. The flower mound in the entertainment. What is. Uh, Oh. Okay, it's some town in Texas, and a bakery. Oh, the Hive Bakery. Yeah, do they mean Hive Mind? I'm just gonna say it. Do. Yeah. What's news? Anything new with that? Widespread shadow bans on today on X. What? X users report widespread shadow bans on July 6th. On July 6, 2026, complaints flooded in starting around 5 a.m. UTC, with people like Silkio noting missing reply alerts and tools like shadowban.yuzurisa.com detecting ghost bans where comments hide from non-followers. No outages or announcements from X explained it, though some blame posting habits and others suspected glitches among ongoing notification delays. Users cope by sharing memes and tips like pausing posts as these visibility limits often fade in days. Okay. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Mm. So yeah, I've heard about that. Millions mourn Khamenei at Tehran funeral after U.S. Israeli strike. Yeah. Okay. Here, what is this? Viral X post by MetaMate Daz sparks debate on whether baby boomers face fewer economic struggles than Gen Z. Okay. Oh, this is just same old, same old. Yeah, okay, my opinion, you're not special. That's it. None of these people are as special as they want to think they are. Every generation rebelled and thought they were better than the next and blah blah blah. And then they like to blame the other generations for their problems. It's nothing new. It's been going on for centuries. This is just how it is. Don't do that. Oh yes, Casey Tron was another Twitch ban for her driving issues, which probably means nothing. So there's that. And is there any? Who else? Let's go see. Are there any other Toasty videos I've missed? Let me just see. Let me get to him. Or do I have to go through my whole? Ah. Wait, there he is. Do you have any other videos I want to react to first? Oh yeah, this was kind of like this was about. Okay, yeah, I watched this the other day. I think I might have done it. I reposted it, or maybe I just watched it by myself. Oh wait, I want to watch this video next. But this one, they were given. What happened is the county gave this family an incorrect tax bill, and they fought it in court and won. But the county still said they owed the money and foreclosed on the property because of it, and sold to somebody else, who then later on resold it as well. That's what happened. It was a generational home too. That's this story. Let's see what this one was. And this will be the last video for today.
Looking for cybersecurity you can truly rely on?
These two Argentinian YouTubers are facing 5 years in prison after they were arrested at the World Cup match in Miami for attempting to bypass security with expired credentials. The levels of stupidity here is honestly...
Oh, they're from Argentina? Oh, they looked like regular dumb teenagers here in the US.
Honestly baffling, and it probably didn't help that they're actually vlogging everything during these games for members only videos, which I guess included them trying to access multiple off-limits areas in the previous match. But there were actually only 2 of the total of 16 people who were arrested in the Colombia-Portugal game.
Whoa, 16? Wow.
In Miami on Sunday. Also, honestly, I'm not really too surprised this happened in Miami of all places, because I don't know how many times we've covered an influencer being arrested in Miami just this year. It's no secret to anyone that every 4 years, a couple of nations host the FIFA World Cup, and they are swarmed with fans from all over the world. And obviously, this year, North America is hosting, which has been insanely fun to be a part of, since you can actually feel the spirit of not only American soccer fans, but also soccer fans around the world, football fans around the world. Sometimes I forget that we're the only people who call it soccer here, but of course, all of this excitement obviously attracts tons of tourists as well as influencers who can capitalize on the hype for content. And I guess 2 of these influencers who seem to really be hoping to capitalize off of this are 2 YouTubers from Argentina who go by Benny Marmol and Pato Parada. Benny is only 20 years old and Pato is 26, and together the 2 of them combined have about 750,000 YouTube subscribers, so they're definitely not nobodies. And they seem to collaborate a lot in their videos, and they became popular for their challenge content, where they regularly attempt to do things like eat outrageous amounts of food or live on $1 a day. So I'm really not surprised they decided, the challenge for today's video is let's sneak into a FIFA World Cup game. What could go wrong? Well, apparently a lot, because I don't think they realize how much of a security risk it is if random people can get through the security checkpoint. But also, to be fair, sneaking into sporting events and trying to get access to off-limit areas like, you know, infield or box suites, that seems to be like new stuff for them. But for some reason, they allegedly decided that they were going to try and use their old tickets to access this Colombia-Portugal game in Hard Rock Stadium. You know, because when in Miami, I guess. And I'm going off of a few different news sources, with some of them being translated from Spanish to English, but they at least all agree that these 2 YouTubers snuck past several layers of security using expired passes, according to cops. And I'm going to assume that there were passes from the Uruguay game a few days before, when they vlogged themselves attending with no issues. So they themselves said in the video that they were going to try to attend as many games as they possibly could.
We're going to be doing these vlogs for members. We're going to try to go to all the games that are played here in Miami, and well, if we have the chance to go to another game that is played somewhere else, we're going to go to. We're going to play somewhere else. So stay tuned and don't forget to join members.
But obviously, with tickets starting at a couple $1,000s just weeks out from the game.
Whoa. Whoa, those are that. Oh my. That is how much. Ew. Okay, I would. Oh. I would not spend that on a sporting match. Oh no. I get a lot of takeout.
It's easy to understand. It's expensive to go to these games. It is definitely a massive privilege to be able to go. I was extremely lucky to get 1 free ticket to go to the Norway versus France game in Boston a few days ago. And I had the pleasure of seeing all of Norway's main players benched, and got to see them fight it out against some of the best players in the world. So that was a little bit of an underwhelming game. But again, I was extremely blessed to get a free ticket. So I was just happy to be there, even though it would have been ideal to see Norway put up a little bit of a better fight against France. But I also understand the argument, because they were like, hey, we made it into the knockout round. This game doesn't matter too much. Why risk injuring our key players? Fair. Regardless, thank you to Joseph from the Urban Legend for actually bringing me along to that game. But I digress. When I also said that they, viewed the game with no issues, I mean, they got into the stadium after their cameraman was denied entry, and then proceeded to see how far, I guess, they can push their access.
We had a problem at the door, and unfortunately, they didn't let the cameraman in. We'll try to fix it for the next matches, but hey, we're here. In the first one, Uruguay against Saudi Arabia.
And apparently they entered through media doors that I'm not really sure how they had passes to go through, and they attempted to access field areas and kitchens, but were kicked out of both according to them. By the end of everything, they found themselves seated in a box, except they were actually whispering very quietly and calmly, leading me to believe that they were also not exactly supposed to be there. Either way though, it was the next game at Hard Rock Stadium where they ended up being arrested for interfering with a sporting event, which carries a sentence of up to 5 years in prison. And
What? Okay, now that's just for like trespassing. I'm wondering if that's related to, well, short version mass casualty events that happen at sporting events. Is that why they're so severe?
like I mentioned, it's been reported they attempted to bypass security using expired credentials. So when they were questioned by cops, Marmol reportedly told cops that he was an influencer trying to stream the game. I don't know if that's the strategy I would go for, but hey, to each their own. I feel like that would only make things infinitely worse, especially considering how expensive it is to actually bid and obtain a license to actually show this game. So I don't think they want random YouTubers up on the stand live streaming the game. But also at the same time, Parada says that he was hired by a media company to review the event and has credentials, but they were from a previous event, according to his arrest report, which I guess is, you know, another spectacular excuse. Both YouTubers were arrested on charges of interfering with a sporting or entertainment event, which are apparently charges that Florida's been cracking down on after the 2024 Copa America final, which saw 27 people arrested and 55 people ejected from the event. So it's safe to say they are definitely not looking the other way when it comes to...
Okay, let's look that up. Copa America. Like I said, I think it's 2024. Okay. See, this was, yeah. The other Hard Rock Stadium, okay. It doesn't say anything about the arrest or anything. Okay, that doesn't help. Alright. Okay. Okay. Thousands of fans, many without tickets, breached security gates, jumped over railings, ran past police officers. Stampede. Okay. Yeah. They stormed it. Okay. Okay, maybe this says more. Mm. Okay. Yeah. And 500 officers from Miami-Dade Police Department were there. Okay. Well, this one said dozens of fans, not thousands. Here, okay. Yeah, now it says overall, estimated 7,000 people gained entry without tickets. The arrests and... Yeah. Oh, this is... Okay. We're talking about the president of the Colombian Football Federation and his son were arrested for 3 felony counts of battery and are accused of firing multiple security guards. Okay. That's funny, but it's also not. Like, dude, can you say example? No.
Benny and Pato here, since apparently a Miami-Dade judge found probable cause for both and ordered them to be held on a $2,500 bond. And they were actually being held as of Sunday afternoon, but according to a lawyer on Twitter who apparently reached out to the boys to offer advice, they have since posted bail and are now arresting and analyzing the next steps, which apparently they seem to expect to include being exonerated of the charges and then being given compensation for the damages suffered. So they are claiming a wrongful arrest, but again, this is just based off of translated tweets from a lawyer that says they spoke to them. And he's also being named as their manager in articles, but I mean, his own tweet also clarifies that this isn't the case. So there's a little bit of mixed messaging here, to put it lightly, but both YouTubers entered not guilty pleas and requested jury trials. So it seems like as of right now, they both really want to fight this. So again, it seems surprising they're actually going to go this route, but maybe they actually think that they have footage that'll help their case.
We are about to tell the worst anecdote we have ever experienced in our lives, and I am not exaggerating. And also, when we got out of this ordeal, we found out that they are telling thousands and thousands of lies. So we have to tell the anecdote, and while we are telling it, we have to tell the story. And in addition, we have to tell the story, and we have to tell the story. And while we are telling it, we have to tell the story. Everything was said. Everything was said. No, but it really was something incredible. I still can't believe
those are
what
their mug
we
shots. They
lived
do
through.
not look
I keep
in the
thinking about it,
background. They do not look
and it angers me having
trustworthy
no
at
photos
all.
of it all, but oh well. No, I'm going to tell it, and this will cause a stir, but I swear to God that everything we are
That's
going to
just my
tell
opinion,
will be
though.
verbatim without omitting a single detail.
Either way, I'm inclined to believe the vlog footage of them hoping to sneak into the restricted areas will definitely not help them. What do I know though? I guess the other alternative though is them accepting the charges and potentially spending years in American prison. That's really not an ideal outcome either. So they did kind of get themselves stuck between a rock and a hard place. And also, after being released, they also reduced the chances of being able to re-enter the US after this as well. So again, yeah, they put themselves in a really not ideal situation here. But they're definitely not alone though, because out of the 61,000 people who went to the game, 16 people in total were arrested and 17 people were ejected from the event. And I guess they just happen to be the most popular people who are arrested that night, it seems. So right now, we'll just kind of have to wait and see what's going to happen with our court cases, since there's really no dates set right now and it's still very early in the trial process. But either way, it seems like that squashed their plans for getting into as many FIFA World Cup games as possible. So if you're new here, feel free to subscribe. And also, I dropped an hour-and-a-half long video on the TikTok psychic where she claims she's going to sue me because of what happened in that video. So I would heavily recommend checking it out. It would be right here. I'm going to put it right there. Click on it right there, and it'll also be in the top of the description down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Whoa.
Okay, well,
I just built a budgeting app in Base
Miss
44.
Skip, come on. There we go. So that's it for today. I've now got to go get back to doing dishes. So I appreciate you all stopping by. And yeah, hopefully, well, I'm kind of my limit for emotes right now, and some I have for followers, some are regular followers like you guys, some are tier 1 subscribers too, but I can only have one each for tier 2 and tier 3, so yes, there are more emotes. And I hope you guys are having a not too terrible Monday. Take care of yourselves. I will see you guys later, and God bless.